Oh no! Okay, so apparently I have the wrong size of this. Well, it's a good thing I had to go back to the store anyways. Okay. Hello, howdy, and welcome back to my garden. I'm Kathryn, the Aerogarden Homesteader. So today we are working on irrigation. I know this is not normally a day that garden stuff comes out, but what's pretty much going to happen is now that I'm kind of in summer cooking, baking mode, I will be sort of switching things around when it comes to the channel and stuff. So there will be no sourdough Saturdays because I won't be making sourdough on Saturday in the summer. I will also probably be scaling back on I have been doing some shorts. I don't know if you're aware of that, but I do have some short videos. I don't know how many more of those I will be doing, at least regularly, so we'll just play those ones by ear. And then the Grow Laps videos, there's one more full video coming out, and then there will be a summary, a wrap-up video, and then after that there probably won't be any more Grow Laps videos on the Wednesday. So what I just did was, I got a converter. So I was doing some of the irrigation yesterday, and I had a problem, and I will show you what that problem was. So I had to rethink the whole thing. I am by no means an irrigation expert. I am a problem solver. So I went to my store and I figured out what they had, and instead of using the larger hose that I was unable to use, I will just be using smaller hose. And the reason for that is I finally got the raised beds leveled and filled with dirt. So this means I can move forward with putting plants in as long as I have water. So I am going to get some water set up in these, and if I can do that, then I can get plants in the ground, which means I have less plants in pots to take care of. So that is going to be my day. I'm going to get you set up so that you can sort of watch me put this together. Like I said, I'm no expert, so we will see how it goes. What I'm doing is I have these little emitters that will, I think they will do a 2 to 3 foot radius, full circle fan spray bubbler. So these are about 5 feet long, so if I put them about like this, I should be able to water the whole bed. I might want to put them more towards the front because I don't want water going in the back. So temporarily put those there. Probably going to get some fabric pins as well, just to help hold some of this hose in place, because it's kinda curly. Very curly. Oh, yeah, where's the end? These just have a little barb on the end, and you literally just shove it in the hose. So it's pretty easy. No glue, nothing like that. And then the same with these, they have like a little barb on the end as well. And then, in theory, I should just be able to open and close these to get the right flow for what I need. It's all laid out in the correct orientation. I should probably go get my fabric pins, honestly. There's one. And now it's lather, rinse, repeat, get the rest of the beds done, and yes, fabric pins will definitely be a must to hold all this in place. Okay, so I'm just going to put it in directly and actually help work. Whereas I could have elbows that I could use if it doesn't, and I also have the plugs. So if you're using the hose and you can't, you put a hole in the water and take out the emitter, you can actually plug the hole with these boost plugs. I'm going to need them. I think that once I put the rubber pegs in, it'll hold most of this in place. There's a little tension going just from the coil. So there you go. I will more back to you off to the side, and then I have to test it. So I'll show you what happens. Okay, I tested it. I was going to show you, but you know, when it's spraying in the wrong direction, it is kind of an emergency. I see a little water down there, so I might have to tighten things up a little bit. It was also spraying in the wrong direction. So the way to fix that is you just take the head off the sprinkler and you have to turn it the right amount of time. So, and I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed, and someone's making lots of noise. Okay, so I took the head off. See how it's got this white piece at the bottom with little flares on it? Well, there's two pieces in here that prevent the flares from turning. So you just have to put it on in the correct orientation to make sure that the arrow is pointing where you want it to. And I can never remember if the arrow is the start or the end. So I'm going to assume it's the start this time. But if you see, I don't know if you can see, the arrow is here, and when I turn it, the head doesn't actually move. That white thing and those pins lock the head in the correct orientation. So I'm going to go turn this on again and see if this is spraying in the correct orientation. Because if this is spraying in the correct orientation, then I can come through and make sure all of these are spraying enough. Okay, well, I had to make a couple of adjustments. So this is a lot better. I should probably try backing it off a little. There's a silver ring on the top of the sprayer that I can adjust the angle, but I think the angle is fine. I just need to get the correct adjustment because right now it's hitting the beds, but I don't want it hitting the deck. So that's going to be a little tricky to figure out. But the reason why the hole is filled up with water is because I tried putting a bucket on top so I wouldn't get quite so wet. Worked to a point until the top popped up and flipped the bucket over, so I think we're good in that front. Now it's just adjustment time. Okay, well, I am wet, but I should, in theory, just be able to open these up. That's a little bit more. Might need to actually just move this over so that it gets the far corner there. This one is fine. I think it actually just needs to move up because it's going over onto the deck. So maybe these just need to go in the front of the bed. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. So I'll probably do the same with this one. I tried to give plenty of hose. So that back corner might be a bit of a problem, but I think everything else is fine. So obviously, these ones were not open nearly enough, and I'm getting hit by the sprinkler, so I don't know how long I'll be able to do this. But, yeah, just unscrew it. Oh, yeah, you know what? That might be a pressure issue. Okay, so we'll just have to figure that out when the sprinklers aren't running. So I probably just have too much hose for this to get enough pressure. So we'll just have to play that by ear when I'm not getting hit. Oh my gosh, it is still like coming way over here. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see, like there's this one line that just sprays all the way over here. Whew, okay, I gotta fix that. So really what it boils down to is I managed to get 3 of the 4 beds to get relatively good water pressure. So I'm gonna plant those out. And then the last bed in the line, I don't think it's quite getting enough pressure, even though I turned the pressure down on the sprayer head. I think what I will do is I will snip the line and redirect it, there's another sprayer head, another sprinkler head down near the other end of the bed. So it'll just end up being on a different zone, which hopefully won't cause problems, but I guess we'll see, because the zones, they actually run for different amounts of time. So what I am doing is I am putting in, these are the mints. I got catnip, chamomile, and then bee balm. And this is kind of like a little tea garden, so hopefully it'll work out. And then, I don't know if these beds will be able to handle cold weather. Like if the bed will just get too cold and the roots will freeze and kill the plants or not. So I don't know if this will be an annual garden or a perennial garden. But in the end, I am no irrigation expert. I just managed to solve a problem we were having, because these beds were way too tall for the in-ground sprinkler system to hit. We still have a problem because I will need to go and redirect some water to that last bed. Even though I put the emitters, so these emitters I put down to their lowest setting, just enough to hit the bed, but it still wasn't enough to get enough pressure to the last one. I'm sure it's just because my line was too long, and it's fine. It is what it is. So I will just work with it. I'm probably planting these too densely, but I don't know how to separate them. They're really in there. Okay, well, I hope you learned from some of my mistakes. Bring pieces of stuff to the store to test fit. Anyways, I hope you take this as a challenge to go and tackle something that has been hanging over your head, and I will put up some videos that you might enjoy. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next time on the Aerogarden Homestead.